Books don't get more exquisite or beautiful than this. Do you like old books? I like old books. And what's better than an old book is a handwritten old book. And what's better than a handwritten old book is an illuminated handwritten old book. And what's better than all of that is an illuminated handwritten old book about King Arthur. And that is what's going up for auction today at Christie's, a world-renowned British auction house. But I'm really interested in this item because I actually retold the legends of King Arthur in a book, and this book was one of my sources. This illuminated manuscript of King Arthur is gorgeous. It dates from around 1290 to 1310, so it's around 700 years old. So I've read a lot about King Arthur, I know a lot, and I'm very interested in this exquisite manuscript that is being up for sale. This manuscript is expected to go up to 2.7 million or higher. And obviously, I don't have that kind of money, but I still think it is really cool and interesting. And this book is handwritten, hand-bound, hand-illuminated. I love just watching this guy flip through this book. It's beautiful. So what is this book that's up for auction? So this book is actually the first 3 volumes of a big set called the Lancelot-Grail Cycle. It is 10 volumes talking about King Arthur legends. It was written by anonymous French authors in the 12th century. It talks about the origin of the Holy Grail all the way up to the search for the Holy Grail by the Knights of the Round Table. And I actually own this set. It's crazy. I've read all of these. And the set that's being up for auction is actually only the first 3 volumes, I believe. Yeah, it's the first 3 volumes. This first volume covers the history of the Holy Grail. This second volume talks about Merlin and the Sword and the Stone and the early adventures of Arthur and Merlin. And this third volume talks about stories that happened immediately afterwards, such as when Lancelot became a Knight of the Round Table. Anyway, so this Lancelot-Grail Cycle is one of the most important collections of King Arthur legends, and it is certainly the biggest. Anyway, so I retold the legends of King Arthur in a book, and I actually included a lot of content from the Lancelot-Grail Cycle. I included the most popular legends, but also ones that, to my knowledge, have not been retold in like 800 years. So I told Arthurian legends from Welsh mythology, from the Lancelot-Grail Cycle, from Le Morte d'Arthur, from Geoffrey of Monmouth's History of the Kings of Britain. A few of the stories that I told in here have never been retold in like 800 years, such as Sir Lancelot conquering an enchanted castle all by himself, which is a really cool story that actually occurs in the Lancelot-Grail Cycle. And I don't know of it being retold anywhere else, but I retell it here. There's a really cool Welsh story of Arthur hunting a semi-divine boar, and I don't know of that being retold anywhere except the Mabinogion and here. There's another story of King Arthur defeating a water monster called the Avon. So anyway, I have a bunch of videos on my channel about King Arthur. You can go watch them. But I just wanted to talk about this manuscript because it's really beautiful. It's very relevant to stuff that I'm interested in, and obviously the book that I've written. But since it's an auction, we'll have to see what the final price of this book becomes. That's all I have for you today. Hit the button, hit the bell. Catch you later.